For a couple days now, there's been a video YouTube's been shoving down my throat, recommended out the wazoo, and tonight finally caved and decided to give it a peek. It's called Pulling Over the Police Doesn't End Well from Midwest Safety. And as advertised in the title, this citizen's arrest attempt does not go swimmingly. Far from it.
An officer pulls to the curb for a civilian following behind, honking their horn and flashing their lights constantly. After the civilian passes, the officer initiates a traffic stop.
The reason I stopped you is because you were honking at me and following at an unsafe distance?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Okay, do you have your driver's license on you?
I sure don't.
The chess master has made his move. There was no pressure, yet the quarterback still fumbled here. This gentle Sir Redditor tipped his fedora to the officer, and he's got him right where he wants her. So he was following her, honking, making a ruckus, flashing his lights, in what seems to be an attempt to get the officer to pull over so he could give her a stern talking to. And the way she describes it, and I guess even the way he describes it, makes it sound like that old meme, you know, the hit it, Joe, and then the guy's on like the fucking doohickey, just like a piano with a ton of noise-making gadgets and gizmos going boom, 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 penny whistle, wee, wee, wee. Like it seems like that's what this guy was doing, following the officer around. So she like pulled over to let him pass, and then eventually just pulled him over to figure out what the fuck is going on.
You better call your chief right now, you
That's not very nice.
Well, I have the right to pull you over. You were on the phone and you were doing something wrong.
So you were trying to pull me over?
Did you not see the lights flashing?
Okay. Sounds good.
Get your chief down here now.
He's not coming.
Yeah,
and you're not free yet.
I'm asking for your supervisor.
Supervisor can come down, but not my chief.
Your supervisor's gonna come here.
Okay.
Because you have no business pulling me over.
Okay. But you were trying to pull me over.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I was behind you.
He's got some nerve questioning this man's authority. It's pretty clear he's in charge. So he is now doing the classic, I need to speak to your manager move here, the old go-to Karen play. A John Madden classic. It's timeless. He did fumble the nomenclature. He was asking for the chief, which I guess the chief doesn't have an obligation to show up to every traffic stop when requested. Like Bloody Mary, if you say his name 3 times, the chief of police will show up. So he did eventually realize that it's the supervisor that he can request, which she obliges and gets the supervisor on the horn to join them at this hootenanny.
Can you determine from your mirrors what's safe? Because this says right here that may appear to be closer than
10-4, do we have any recent contacts with it?
Scream for help. Get out of the car and scream for help.
The driver is talking to his own child, who's also in the vehicle.
Start screaming for help.
He's now got his child stepping out of the car to scream for help.
Help!
Bud, you don't have to do that.
Okay, he's going to do it because you're
Help! 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 Help!
He's actually requesting a supervisor now, if one is available.
What an incredible father. He's really raising his son right, barking orders, demanding that he get out of the car and fucking scream for help. I don't even understand what that plan is. What was the thought process there? That the kid would get out and scream for help and then the police would show up. But the police are already there? Like, I don't really know who he was expecting to show up, fucking Batman or something? Like, I don't really get it. This is just insanity. Like, this is just actual lunacy. And he's setting the worst possible example for his son. I'm going to spoil the big reveal here because I think it's pertinent to what's going on. This guy's no angel. I know it's going to be hard to believe. Imagine my shock when I found out that he actually has an extensive criminal history with a litany of charges, like an absolute laundry list of charges, and he should not, under any circumstances, even have visitation rights to his child. This guy is a fucking menace. And he's using his kid here as some kind of, like, accomplice to his nefarious scheme. It's so fucked up. It's so weird.
Because you were doing something illegal. I wasn't. I was behind you.
Okay.
Honking my horn at you is not illegal. I'm allowed to honk my horn all I want.
Okay. Sounds good.
Help! 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 Help!
What a circus he has created here. Entirely avoidable, by the way. This guy went out of his way in order to find shit to get himself into. He literally tried to find ways to steam his own ham by following the officer around apparently super closely, blasting his horn and flashing his lights and shit like it was some kind of like kaiju attack, and he was trying to warn everyone about the impending danger.
Is it gonna be funny when I tell the judge that I was following behind you honking the horn because you were doing something wrong? And I just had a conversation with the day officer yesterday that says that I have the right to do something.
Oh, I know who you are.
Yeah, you dumb.
Okay. Perfect.
I cut out a lot here because it's mainly just him headbutting the horn non-stop. It's such an annoying pest. And now he kind of lets it slip. The cat's out of the bag that he's already had talks with officers, even as recent as yesterday. And then it dawns on her who this guy is. Other officers arrive at the scene. They also know who this guy is because he is a frequent nuisance.
This fat yesterday was on the phone with me yesterday, and that's why she's here now.
Hey, Joe.
What's
What's up, man? I'm the supervisor. You want to talk to somebody?
Yes. Can I get
What's
out
going
for a
on?
second?
Just stay put. I can talk to you right here.
Okay. I was coming off of Ellis Street. This dumb came off of fucking Main Street. Had no blinker on when she made the turn. She was as well on her phone. I followed her down the road because I talked to somebody yesterday that made it very clear that if I had a problem with one of the officers that I can most definitely make a complaint about it.
Okay.
So I was following her down the road to figure out who she was, and I was flashing my light and honking my horn.
Were
and
you
now she
behind
thinks-
her or in front of her?
I was behind her.
Okay.
What a story, Joe. A riveting tale indeed. So he wanted to follow her, find out who she was so he could make a complaint about her not using a turn signal and apparently being on her phone. That was the plan. And things went tits up real quick. So he's now talking about like a ticket that she's trying to give him for all of the hoopla that's being caused here, which has only set Joe off even further. He is now fully deranged and has gone feral because of that, and no matter what the supervisor says, it's already too far gone. He is a powder keg that is in the process of blowing, and he can't stop blowing.
And now she thinks she has the right to give me a ticket for honking my horn? I got every right to honk my f***ing horn.
How close were you to her?
I was a car length behind her.
Okay.
She swerved and hit the f***ing curb like a dumb bitch with her car over here,
Yeah, so he could go around me.
and I was nowhere close to being by her. Did I drive any closer to anybody else than I do any other day in the world?
So,
Once again, this guy uses his kid as some kind of criminal sidekick, like a lackey here, to try and help him out of this pickle that he himself has put himself in. So now he's having his kid vouch that he wasn't following any closer to the officer than he does for any car on the road, which is scary, because this guy is probably up every single car's ass if he perceives that there is something out there that they may have done that he didn't like. And also, this guy looks like he is just actually on some very heavy drugs. This guy looks like he is off his gourd right now. Look at these eyes. That is a soulless stare of the devil. This guy looks crazy.
She
for
said I was
flashing your lights or what?
She said I was honking my horn at her because I was trying to get her to stop. I was not following too closely.
Okay.
Can you guys prove it? What is the law when it follows too closely? What does the mirror say when you read that? What does that say? If you guys are so smart. Objects in mirror appear closer than they
it
are.
has nothing to do with what it says on the
Yeah, it
manual.
does. It is a lawful statement on there.
Why do you always have to be so confrontational when you deal with us?
I'm gonna be honest, I really like that line of thinking that Joe cooks up there. Read what the car mirror says. Objects in mirror may be closer than they appear. He can't quite read that. He's fuming too much. He's seeing red, so he's gone full illiterate. but he's trying his best. He knows that there's words on there that say something to that effect, but he can't quite get them out. But the idea that he's trying to get across is that he wasn't following too close. She has been deceived by the mirrors, which clearly state that they may seem closer than they appear, thus reality is distorted. You've fallen for his trap. Joe wins. That's the idea here. The mirrors prove he's right.
Because you guys, listen, this is about transparency. I have been being harassed by my neighbors time after time again, and you guys allow it to happen. This called me yesterday harassing me, and then now she's pulling me over because she's breaking the law. And you guys want to write me a ticket because you don't want to sit in front of a judge in front of one of your...
Talking on her cell phone?
Is it against the law to be using electronic devices while operating a vehicle? Is it against the law in the state of Wisconsin?
Not to talk on your cell phone like this. No, it is not.
Since when is it not to...
The officer then goes on to explain the law about being on your phone in the state of Wisconsin, which actually somehow gets through to Joe, at least temporarily. It breaches his defenses where he's like, oh, okay. But of course, that's not, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. He's already upset. So, even though that does dawn on him that maybe there wasn't a law being broken there and that this is a whole bunch of nothing, making a mountain out of a molehill, he's still mad, and thus he needs to take out his wrath.
We can take it to court, and we can make this a thing with Madison.
That's your right to take it to court, Joel. Just like you took that disorderly conduct ticket to court when we dealt with you down at the school.
This dumb bitch literally said in front of my kids
it ain't gonna do you any good argument.
I don't give a dude. What are you gonna do? Not a thing. Because obviously you're letting this fat do what the she wants anyways.
She's just doing her job.
No, she's not.
If you don't agree with it, you can argue
How
in
is
court.
she doing her
We're
job?
not going to argue
What
out
is the
here.
law when it comes...
Joe continues to try and alt. The officer sounds extremely tired of it. No one here besides Joe even seems mad. Like, this guy is spitting and shitting, throwing this temper tantrum, saying all of these nasty, mean things, and nobody even really cares. They just want to go back to their day. They're not even looking to, make a big deal out of this, it seems. Like, they just want to give him the ticket and just wash their hands of it. But Joe insists on taking it to the highest possible extreme.
Did I break the law?
Okay. So stay put. Don't make this any worse than it has to be, Joel.
What are you going to do about it?
Stop.
I dare any one of you dumb to try to put your hands on me.
Just stop. We don't want to have to.
No, you started this. You're allowing your
I didn't
officer...
start anything.
No, I was behind your fat officer.
If you be quiet and give us a minute, we'll be done here.
No, there's no minute, you dumb...
Well, whatever, Joel. Obviously, we're not going to come to any sort of agreement here.
I do love that line there from Joe as well. You started this. As Joe was literally the one that peeled off in order to try and get this officer to pull over for this whole song and dance that he had brainstormed. It's a very interesting strategy. I can't say I quite understand fully the Joe gambit, but all power to him, I suppose.
Disorderly conduct, a ticket?
Was going to be a ticket, but now it's not.
Joel, you make this stuff worse, dude, by the way
You guys did this. This fat called me yesterday.
Just stop. Joel, knock it off.
She got me by the throat! She's got me by the throat!
Stop.
She's got me by the throat!
Come on.
She's got me by the throat!
Joel.
She's got me by the throat! She's got me by the throat!
Stop.
She's got me by the throat!
Okay.
Dude, you're on a camera.
She's got me by the throat!
Joe, nobody's got you by the throat.
She's got me by the throat!
Officers, please, can't you see he's being attacked by a ghost? There's a ghost and they're strangling him like Homer Simpson to Bart. Do something. Get the Spectral Patrol out there to take down this rabid ghost that's attacking his throat. Oh my goodness, this is horrifying stuff we're seeing here. So yeah, it's probably pretty clear to you now, but they decided tickets wouldn't cut it here. It wasn't really working, so they decided to slap him with a disorderly conduct charge and take him in. I'm not gonna bother showing any more of his tug of war with the police while they try and get him in the back of the cruiser. And to think that it all could have been avoided if that officer didn't just call him yesterday. What was that about, huh? Free my man Joe. He did nothing wrong. This was all you know, the officer's fault for driving, I guess. With Joe on the road. Driving while Joe on the road, that's a punishable offense. Joe owns those streets. You will drive the way Joe instructs you to. You are NPCs in Joe's world, and if you are a little out of line, you best be saying your prayers, because Lord help us, you know Joe's gonna be trying to pull that ass over, I guess. I don't even understand what all of this was about. I have no idea what he's talking about with her calling him yesterday. I haven't the slightest fucking clue what that's about, but it seems like Joe is a daily problem in the area, so it seems like he basically has some kind of confrontation with police every day. So maybe she had responded to something yesterday that involved him. I really don't know. It's just so fucking outrageous. As the name of the video led me to believe, him pulling over the officer did not go well for him.
An officer remained with Joe's child until his grandmother arrived to pick him and the vehicle up. Joe was charged with resisting obstructing an officer, disorderly conduct, and battery to a law enforcement officer. While the suspect never sued over this matter as promised, court records indicate the suspect has been repeatedly sued in court for injunctions against abusive conduct, failing to pay rent, repeated issues of failing to pay child support, disputes over child paternity, failing to pay rent, and civil evictions. In both 2023 and 2024, the suspect was prohibited against engaging in conduct or contact with certain victims he had previously targeted. The suspect also has an extensive criminal history, listing dozens of suspected misdemeanor and felony charges.
Sure, it might seem like most of Joe's life is dedicated to just being a piece of shit, but I think this one that we just watched in the body cam is probably the one where he finally has his come to Jesus moment and realizes that he's got a problem and needs help. And this is probably the one that sets him on the right path, I bet. He probably learned his lesson this time around. I think I can't remember, I'm going off memory, but I think he got like 12 months probation and was required to write an apology to the officers at this scene, as well as attend anger management courses. Maybe that did the trick. Maybe that was finally the one that got Joe on the straight and narrow. I have no clue. Anyway, though, just wanted to yap about this a bit. That's it. So, yeah. You know what they say. You can't spell druid without DUI. And you're about to see the mythical Coors Light druid in full action here as she gets her 5th DUI. This time with her child in the car.
So how'd you end up in the ditch here?
Actually, I just found here and I just...
Okay.
I didn't end up a ditch.
Well, I'm sorry. You're in the grass line here. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Her reaction to that question of why she's in the ditch is perplexing, to say the least. Her eyes get so wide, I thought they were going to pop out of her skull. She's making the same face Tobey Maguire made in Spider-Man 2 when he realized everyone on the train just saw him without his mask on.
Can I just get your driver's license so I know who I'm talking to?
No, I actually don't have it with me. I'm so sorry.
So I know who I'm talking to.
I promise you. I'm trying to tell you the truth. I promise you.
I hear ya.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it's okay.
Alright, how do you spell your last name?
The whole time the officer's speaking to her, she's doing some wacky, odd motions with her face, like the animatronics from Five Nights at Freddy's. It seems like she's struggling to keep her eyes open and, like, focus on what's happening here. Like, she's emoting the same way the NPCs in Fallout 4 do.
When I knocked on the window, she woke up and I said, "Are you okay?" Because I thought maybe she hit her head or something.
She's slurring her speech. I got an odor of something in there. I don't know if that's necessarily alcohol. Her pupils are human.
Contacts here. Hi, you roll it all the way down. What's your name?
All I could see is a little boy, and I was like, well...
And she was completely passed out?
She was tipped over on the steering wheel.
So the lore breakdown is, she works nearby, was taking the trash out, and saw this vehicle here, and went up to check to see if everything was okay, because all she saw was like a child in the back seat, and then she saw that this lady was face down into the steering wheel, passed out, so then she put in the call, and that's why officers arrived at the scene here.
I see you got a little problem here, huh?
No. I'm good.
So what brings you back to the parking lot? Did you have an appointment?
To see you, yeah, we did, actually.
Where was your appointment?
He had an appointment.
Yeah.
Now, from what I can gather with these breadcrumbs she's dropping, She's in this parking lot because her son had a doctor's appointment, and she just got blackout drunk, passed out, and then cruised the vehicle into like this ditch area here. So I guess in order to get ready for the doctor's appointment for her child, she put on her coats and butt-chugged 5 Coors Lights on the way out, and then it led to all of this.
Okay, so obviously we have an odor of alcohol coming from you. Okay.
Actually,
hang on a second. So
no,
I'm gonna. So
never do this.
I have an odor of alcohol coming from the vehicle. Okay. How did you end up here?
How what?
How did you end up here?
My son.
Okay,
Your son drove you?
I'm not from here, guys.
What do you mean not from here? Like from this planet? Because my god, these are like some very uncanny, almost horror movie-esque motions she's making with her body here. So she tries to say she's here because her son, and the officers interpret that as her trying to say the son was driving and the kid's like 6 years old. So unless he built himself a pair of stilts like Jimmy fucking Neutron, that kid's not reaching the pedals. I don't think he was the one behind the wheel of the vehicle. I think what she was trying to say is the reason she's, kind of torpedoed her car in this parking lot is because her son had a doctor's appointment here, and she was just so fucking drunk she couldn't get the information across.
Okay.
That wasn't the question.
I'm so sorry.
So why are you here in this parking lot? I'm just curious how you got here.
So, I'm sorry.
She didn't have one on her. Her name's Mary.
How did you get here?
Huh?
What made you come to this parking lot?
I really apologize, but I'm not really.
I'm asking you a question. I'm not asking you to apologize. I'm asking you a question. How did you get here?
Sorry.
Why are you here in this parking lot?
It doesn't take a super genius to recognize she's very fucked up. It is a miracle she didn't get herself or her child or another innocent person on the road killed here, because it doesn't even seem like she knows where she is at this moment. And she's making like expressions the same way a dog does when you ask it who chewed up the sofa and it knows it's guilty. It is impressive just how many different facial expressions she's going through here. It's like in Super Mario 64, the intro where you like move around his face in a bunch of wacky ways. That's what she's doing, like with her teeth and everything. Just hitting some of that. It's more akin to like that infamous Charles Manson clip where he's like, I'm nobody. And he does like all that weird shit. That's what she's doing right now. She is so unbelievably intoxicated. I think that she was trying to make like a conscious effort with her face to appear sober, but just can't quite do it and doesn't recognize everything that's happening.
Okay. Is your boyfriend his dad?
Yeah.
No.
No.
We need to. No. I apologize.
You warm? Are you warm in the car? Yeah. Okay, good.
Does your car normally smell like alcohol?
No.
Where were you coming from?
Huh?
Where were you coming from?
Are we talking
The
about?
road.
The road. No. Were you coming from your house?
Yes.
You were coming from your house.
That was a checkmate maneuver from this lady here. The chess master made her move. Where are you coming from? The road. Chef's kiss. Then she just drops the mic. Damn. She played hardball.
Okay. So then how did we end up here in this parking lot?
Because I came here from the road.
Okay. So you just came off the road and just came into the parking lot?
A kind of a walk.
Okay.
Walking.
Well, the more I hear from her side of things, the more I think maybe I was too hasty to judge here. Maybe she's not intoxicated. Maybe she's just experiencing the 6th dimension. She's in like a whole different wavelength right now, but she's starting to really make a lot of sense when you stop to think about it. This could be a huge misunderstanding here, officers.
Mary, do you need an ambulance?
Yeah, I actually do.
You need an ambulance? Okay. Why do you feel you need an ambulance? What's going on so I can tell them why you need an ambulance?
I can't breathe, actually.
You can't breathe? You're breathing pretty well.
What did I do? Can you please tell me what I did?
I can just feel every neuron in Mary's brain banging against the sides of her cranium, desperately trying to get through. Mary, don't ask for the ambulance. Don't say yes to the ambulance. It's a trap. It's gonna be the biggest regret ever when you see that fucking bill they slap you with at the end. Don't fall for it. Don't say yes to the ambulance.
I'll have you turn to face me, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna follow tip my finger with your eyes and your eyes only. Do not move your head. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Move your eyes and your eyes only. Top of my finger. Follow it. No, leave your head straight.
Sorry.
Straight on with me.
Sorry.
With just your eyes, please. Okay? Got that? It's pretty simple. Look at my finger, you're looking at the ground. Okay. All right. Actually, come over here. We'll utilize this line here, okay?
They had to break out further testing because she fucking aced the follow the finger brain buster there. She seems like she's in a state to pass the bar, I'll tell you what. She is crushing these field sobriety tests. Wait till you see how she walks this line.
1, 2, on your... Stop. Don't start the test, please. Okay. When you get to your 9th step, you're going to take a series of small steps like this, turning around. Watch me. You're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps going down the line. 1, 2, all the way to 9. Count your steps out loud. Keep your hands down to your sides. Right foot in front of your left foot, like I explained to you.
All right.
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, come on back over here.
She did so well in the first portion of this test, she skips the second. Because she came over there, hit him with the fucking Hezzy Jimbo, and then dunked on their ass with that beautifully perfect straight line that she just walked. So now, they're going to try and get her with a third one.
So this next test is going to be a one-leg stand. So when I tell you to, you're going to raise your foot approximately 6 inches off the ground. And you're going to count in the manner of 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop. Okay, you may begin.
Sorry.
You're right. Keep going. Jeremy, you have a PBT. All right, you can stop. How much would you say you've had to drink today?
Actually, nothing.
Yeah, that sounds about right based on everything I've seen here. I don't hold it against her for not being able to pass with flying colors on the hold your leg up test. There was clearly a banana peel that she was slipping on there like it's fucking Mario Kart, so that one just needs to be thrown out. They wiped their ass with that. Inconclusive evidence there.
Right now, because he's downtown looking for you. He just called in a well-being check.
No.
And the first place he went is he walked to all the bars because you were supposed to bring him to the hospital.
I would never do this.
You're not at a bar, but you're drinking beer in the parking lot and throwing it out.
Stop it.
So she declined the PBT invitation there. She said, I will not be attending that hootenanny, so now they're going to take her in for further evaluation. The father has called in a wellness check because she was supposed to be bringing the child to the doctor's appointment or the hospital or whatever. Didn't happen, so he started checking the bars, apparently, looking for her there, because this seems to be a common occurrence with her. And now the officers are going to be picking up the father to bring him to the scene. They also apparently located some Coors Light that had been tossed aside here, and the father confirms that that's her beverage of choice. So the dots are starting to connect a little bit here.
How many times have you been arrested for operating while intoxicated? Never?
Your husband says 4 times. Does that sound about right to you?
No. He's not my husband.
Well, okay.
Can you please just stop, judging me, please?
I'm not judging you. I'm asking you questions.
Hey, Mary. I'm judging you, though. DUIs are just completely fucking inexcusable. This is her 5th one now. She had 4 prior DUIs, yet she still gets to get behind a wheel of a vehicle. I don't get it. I truly don't. Why does she still have her fucking license? It seems like the only time she even gets in the fucking car, even with her child in there, is if she already can't even remember her own name because she drank so much. It is so dangerous. She's putting her life, her child's life, and everyone else's life on the road at risk by drinking while fucking hammered like this. And it's something she seems to do often. She has been caught and charged with DUI 5 times. Now let's think for a moment. How many other times has she driven while completely fucking blackout drunk that she just didn't get arrested for? They didn't catch her. It's just crazy. I don't know why she's able to just keep getting her license back. She treats beer like it's Popeye's spinach and it somehow makes her turbocharged and a great driver or something.
Prescription drugs for anything?
Yeah.
What for?
Panic attacks, anxiety.
Because her pupils are as big as her eyes right now. And we have fresh Coors Light cans in the snow. At her drink of choice?
Yeah.
Okay.
She lives in Pennsylvania. She's here for a visit.
Did she come from Pennsylvania today?
No.
Okay, so she's been on here for a couple days. Weeks. Okay. Officer Koleski is obviously arresting her for an operating while intoxicated. Having the child in the car ups everything higher, and then having 4 priors, it's going to be felony levels, and then she resisted, fought, and kicked us. We were trying to do it back here.
I obviously cut out a lot here when they were putting her in the squad car. She was spamming some low kicks there for a minute. Can't really see them all too well, and there definitely wasn't a ton of elbow grease behind them or anything, considering she can hardly fucking stand or keep her eyes open. But even still, they're mentioning that as like her, striking at them while trying to put her in the vehicle. They found Coors cans there, which, hey, they're going to have to run the fingerprints on there because it could have been that dastardly Coors Light ferry that comes through and just happens to sometimes just fucking drop Coors Light cans in the middle of nowhere like it's fucking loot boxes. Maybe those aren't hers. And maybe it's just a big old quinky dink that, according to the father, that's her drink of choice. We don't know for sure. That's all remains to be seen.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna feel bad for you.
Yep. Oh, yeah. She get you too? You okay? Breathe. Let the adrenaline slow down.
Idiots.
Now you just sound like my father.
Okay.
To ensure officer safety, the suspect is restrained in a chair, and a spit hood is put over her head as she's transported to jail. Her blood alcohol content was determined to be .236, which is almost 3 times the legal limit. She was charged with her 5th or 6th offense of operating a vehicle while intoxicated with a passenger under 16 years old, resisting obstructing, and 2 counts of battery to a law enforcement officer. She is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
So the father then picked up the child. Firefighters were keeping him warm and away from all of the hoopla that was happening with his mother, because that is just such a fucking terrible thing. My heart breaks for that child. That's just terrible to grow up with a mom like that. Now, when they got her to the hospital, they had a warrant to draw her blood to confirm intoxication and rule out the possibility of it being some kind of, maybe reaction to prescription drugs that she does have and that kind of thing. But while trying to draw that blood, she was less than cooperative, you could say. It started to look like an exorcism scene in there for a moment. She was wiggle worming and squirming, apparently even biting. That officer, I guess, got a bloody nose from all of it at some point. I couldn't really see that on the body cam. I don't know how she got up there and got him. Maybe with a headbutt or something. I couldn't tell you. But it was pretty chaotic in there. But when they got her blood, they confirmed, no, she's definitely drunk. Very drunk. That's the root cause of all of this. Now, if you want my Neanderthal perspective on it, I really think she should lose her license. I know, maybe I'm talking crazy. Maybe I'm boofing the crazy pills. But I just think it's pretty clear she shouldn't be trusted behind the wheel of a vehicle. This is completely fucking unacceptable. It's just a matter of time until someone dies because of this from her. But I just have a sneaking suspicion that's not going to happen. I bet she'll be back on the road pretty soon. And that is very scary. Anyway, I just wanted to yap about this a bit. That's it. Yep. I just watched a video on the curious case of an off-duty officer walking around. This wasn't just your average, innocent, everyday stroll outdoors. This was advanced walking, with his penis out. Damn thing was hard, too.
Gun. Is this why you didn't want us to pat you down?
Well,
you saw, you described it as his penis.
Right.
Do you know what color it looked like?
If that sizzler reel doesn't get you hooked, I don't know what will. I gotta tell you, I'm not a dispatcher, but that line of questioning was a bit of an eyebrow raiser for me. You described what you saw as looking like a penis. Can you tell me what color that penis was? What was the make and model of that wiener? Now, believe me when I tell you that this actually comes full circle. This question actually does play a role in the real investigation. I don't want to spoil how it happens, though. You'll see at the end here.
On October 14th, 2024, a woman was jogging with her dog along the Reeds Lake Trail in East Grand Rapids. As she passed a man walking toward her, something caught her attention. The man had his penis exposed through his zipper and fully erect. Shocked and shaken, she borrowed a bystander's phone and called 911. Minutes later, officers arrived at the scene and spotted a man emerging from a wooded area who matched her description.
Now, at first, this video kind of seemed fishy to me because there's some odd usages of AI throughout it, but I double-checked this story and I can find multiple sources about this guy, so I'm assuming this is all real, and it does appear to be an actual police vehicle that we will eventually get to here, so I'm pretty sure this is all genuine. Just wanted to briefly make a mention of that. So, that's the lore breakdown. This story starts with a woman jogging and a man walking towards her with an erect cock out, which obviously disturbs her. She alerts the authorities. Authorities arrive at the scene and they see a suspicious gentle sir emerging from a wooded area.
Hi, sir. Can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, how are you?
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too shabby.
What's going on?
Oh, just walking around the lake.
Just walking around the lake?
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd you start at?
Over by Reeds Lake.
Okay. Like Reeds Lake Boulevard, where?
Just south of here.
South of there?
Yep.
Okay. Reason I wanted to talk to you, we had a call on a subject matching your description.
Okay.
Blue jeans, blue sweatshirt.
Yep.
Walking around with his penis out.
Okay.
I love that he looks down to check. Oh, jeepers. Did I forget the zip? Nope. All clear. Well, as you can see, officer, my dick is firmly in my trousers. Checkmate. Must have been somebody else. In fact, I saw a very suspicious gentleman running away like a cartoon villain over there a minute ago, and, you know, now that I stop to think about it, it might have been a penis between his legs dangling around. I think he went that way. He's over that way. You're letting the bad guy get away.
Have any ID on you?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
What's your name?
Dennis.
Dennis, have you ever been in trouble before?
I have not.
Dennis, what's your middle name?
Evans.
Dennis, what's your last name?
Evans.
What's your middle name? Dennis Evans?
Williams.
4110.
Holy shit. It's the Dennis Evans Williams. Wow. I didn't realize we were dealing with a celebrity. This guy is famous for receiving the world's first fart transplant. Now, Dennis has found himself in quite a pickle here. But don't worry, he's got great defense.
No, I think I saw you when I passed by the first time.
Yep.
And you went back that way.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw you walk over here, and you were looking back that way, and then you kind of started to run for a second this way. Why was that?
I have no clue. I saw here, I wouldn't have stopped running, I guess, if I thought it was suspicious.
Yeah. Yep. Was there a reason you ducked back in the woods when I went by the first time?
I don't know if it's a bridge or like an old stone. I don't even know what it is back there. But yeah, I was just checking it out.
Yeah, dude, you wouldn't believe it. Back in the woods, I saw a bunch of, like, crop circles, and I'm pretty sure I saw some fucking dirty little bastard gnome run back there, so I was just going to check it out. You know, maybe even find, like, a leprechaun's pot of gold. There's a whole bunch of stuff back in the woods, so as I was jogging around, it kind of caught my eye, so I went back there and took a peek. That's the explanation for why it seemed like I was running away from you. Really, I was just on an exploratory adventure, really. There's so much magical wonder back there and whimsy, elves and shit, so I was just taking a peek.
Sit tight with him while I run him real quick.
The name he gave didn't exist in any police database. No driver's license, no vehicle record, no trace at all.
That's impossible. You're telling me Dennis Evans Williams doesn't exist? My lord. He's a deep cover secret agent. You're impeding his investigation. He was back there with his cock out in order to try and bring down some kind of occult organization or something. That's the only explanation. Dennis Evans Williams clearly exists. I'm looking right at him.
You don't have an ID on you right now? Nothing on you? All right, sit tight. Let me see what else I can find out.
Okay.
He repeated the same information. Still, nothing came back. Meanwhile, after the two failed attempts to identify the suspect, the victim drove past the scene, and from inside her car, She saw the suspect and immediately identified him to the officer, stating that she was 100% sure. This prompted the officer to approach the suspect a third time, giving him the last chance to give his correct identity.
Oh shit, he got caught on the drive-by here. So the victim drove by and noticed that this was indeed the same character that was just hanging hog out there while she was out on her morning run. And now, with that information of her saying she's 100% sure that's the right guy, the officer is again approaching him to try and get his real identification here, since Dennis Evan Evans Williams is not panning out.
Victim drove by. She gave me a description when I talked to her. She drove by, said 100%, no doubt in her mind it was you. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. You're going to give me your proper name, you're going to give me your address, and then we're going to go from there.
He continues to maintain that he's Dennis Williams. I'm shocked! So this isn't really going anywhere. He's just dropping breadcrumbs of some make-believe mumbo-jumbo here, going nowhere. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit here because he's just stumbling around trying to get himself out of this. It's not working.
Okay. Go ahead and put your hands back behind your back, though. Like I said, you're not getting arrested. Nope. Turn around, face that way.
Face that way.
Okay.
You're not getting arrested. Put your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers together.
Okay. Gun. Is this why you didn't want us to pat you down?
Well, part of it.
While detaining the dastardly Dennis here, they were patting him down and then going to put him in the vehicle to talk further and figure out, like, who is he? They found a gun while patting him down, and he's like, yeah, that was part of the reason I didn't really want to be giving you guys all my information, thinking that that would be a problem. He didn't tell them that the gun was there, so now they're getting a little more serious about, okay, man, who are you? Just tell us your real name.
All right. What's your real name?
So, here's the deal. This has nothing to do with what you guys stopped me for today. I'm supposed to be at work, all right? I told my wife I was supposed to be at training today. I didn't want to go to work. I took a vacation. She just thinks I'm at work.
4570.
Okay.
4670.
That's about
So
it.
you're playing hooky right now?
Yes, exactly. And she thinks I'm at work because I didn't want to stay home with the kids, and so I had the babysitter come out.
Yep.
And that's where we're at.
He took a vacation from work so he could walk around out in public with his penis out. Look, my wife just wouldn't understand, but you guys get it. We're bros, right? Like, we understand each other. Sometimes you just need to cool down, take in the fresh air, and just pull your cock out and walk around outside. That's what I was doing. I was playing a little hooky, had a babysitter come over to watch the kids. My wife was none the wiser, and now kind of caught between a rock and a hard dick here, as you can see, officers. But, you know, that's the whole scope of the situation here. It just, I'm supposed to be at work. Clearly, I'm not at work. Bit of a mix-up.
Okay. So, you have your full name then?
Yes.
Yeah, what is it?
Troy.
4534.
Allen. A-L-L-E-N. White, just like the color. 10/31/86.
And you obviously don't want your wife to know what's going on.
Kind of why we're here.
As officers detained him pending identification, they conducted a pat-down. That's when everything changed. Inside his waistband was a loaded Springfield Armory Hellcat, round-chambered. In his pocket, a Microtech switchblade. Neither had been disclosed, but what the officers were just about to discover would shift the case even further.
The way they're using the music here sounds like a horror movie trailer right now. They got like the creepy water phone sound effect. What they discovered was going to change everything. Tucked into his waistband, in addition to the other instruments, was his penis. Again! Confirming beyond a shadow of a doubt that this was the same cock that was just indecently exposed outside moments prior to the officers arriving at the scene.
Is there any way I could write you something?
Huh?
Any way I could get a pen and a piece of paper?
Okay. Slide your feet in.
What he wrote on that paper was KCSD. His true identity is Troy Allen White, a 10-year Kent County Sheriff's deputy.
So I guess he wanted to keep this one a bit off the record, so he wrote it down, passing some notes here, letting them know that He is actually an off-duty officer. He is a Kent County Sheriff's deputy, Troy Allen White.
Yeah, you work for the Sheriff's Department? Okay, what do you do there?
4119.
Oh yeah, I work for the Sheriff's Department. What do I do there? I'm just kind of the penis guy. That's just kind of like what I do there. It's just, they say, hey, Troy, pull out that wiener, right? That's just kind of what I do here. So, I was supposed to be at work today, so I just got a little confused, walking around outside. Big misunderstanding.
County, lodge on false info, indecent exposure, $100 bond for each.
Okay.
So you'll be able to post bond tonight. I'm going to tell you you're going to get suspended when we get down to the Sheriff's Department here.
Troy gave consent to search his truck.
So I believe the strategy here from Troy was to inform the officers that he is also in law enforcement, hoping that they would try and look out for him to help him out, maybe squeeze himself out of this whole thing here. That wasn't in the cards. That didn't happen. So next they got consent from Troy to search his truck. There they found under the booster seat for one of his children a rifle and a flesh-colored dildo. So this man was driving around the fucking freak-mobile here. So they started wondering, well, what is all of this about? What's up with this dildo and all this?
About intent, behavior, and whether this incident was isolated. During a follow-up call, officers asked the victim a necessary question, whether she could have mistaken what she saw.
What you saw, you described it as his penis.
Right.
Do you know what color it looked like?
So I was thinking about this a lot last night because one of the officers asked me, "Are you sure it was his penis?" And I was like, yeah.
Okay.
And then I started to think, well, I suppose it could have been a strap-on dildo that he was wearing through his pants.
This goes on for quite a little while, but I'll summarize. She does tinker around with the notion that maybe it's possible he was wearing a dildo out of his fly, but she's pretty certain it was actually his penis. She goes on to describe the color as being very white and contrasting with everything else. So she is very confident that it was his penis, but then even says if it was a dildo, this is still completely unacceptable regardless, which the officer on the phone agrees with. Ultimately, they did charge him with indecent exposure among falsifying information. He also resigned in the midst of all of this, and I can't find a follow-up for what happened with the charges. So hopefully the indecent exposure and all that stuck, because this guy's a fucking weirdo freak. Anyway, just wanted to put this story on your radar here. This was a wild one. That's really about it. See ya. A couple days ago, I made a video goofing around while covering the body cam footage that showed an officer being arrested after walking around flashing his badge at strangers in public. And by badge, I mean penis. And since then, I have been inundated with YouTube recommended body cam videos. And one of these puppies really caught my eye just a little bit ago.
911, where's your emergency?
I'm at Kent State University. I need to get into my building, please.
Okay, is this an emergency? Can you look up the non-emergency number?
Okay, I need to get into my building, please.
Okay, I need you to look up the non-emergency number and contact the Kent State University Police
I need to get into my building, please.
What doesn't this dispatcher understand? Ellen needs to get into that building. She's got papers to grade and students to flunk. What the fuck? Someone send over the National Guard ASAP to let Ellen into this building. Why is she locked out in the first place? What kind of nefarious plot is this from Dr. Evil trying to keep Ellen out of her office? This is unacceptable, and he's trying to direct her to the non-emergency line? Has there ever been a more pressing emergency quite like this? This is just disgusting. This dispatcher needs to have a stern talking to. Lord help us if Ellen ever got a hold of him on the horn.
You need to contact the Kent State University Police Department. This is not an emergency.
What is it? I need
You're
to
gonna
get
need
into
to
my...
look it up, ma'am. I'm going to let you go.
I don't know what it...
After the college professor repeatedly abuses 911, demanding an officer, she eventually gets her way.
Abusing 911? Why, yada? Are we in an alternate dimension here? What kind of circus is this? Am I taking crazy pills? This is an emergency! This is Ellen! She's worked at Kent State for over 2 decades. Hello? She's not able to access this building. Get the police over there lickety-split to let her the fuck in. Do you not know what position she holds at Kent State?
I'm the school director of the School of Health Sciences. I'll show you my driver's license, which is in the car. Can you get me into the building, please, so I can go pee?
Sure. Do you have anything to drink today?
I had a drink.
You had a drink?
A drink.
Okay. Because I can smell a little bit of alcohol on you.
I can smell a little bit of alcohol. That's fine. You can.
Okay.
Is that a problem, officer? What's the crime? What's the charge? Enjoying a drink? A succulent after-hours beverage? For the Kent State Health School Director, Prime Minister, Turbo Ruler Empress?
I had a drink in my colleague's office. That's fine.
In your colleague's office? Where was that at?
In the annex.
Okay. How'd you get over here?
I walked.
You walked over here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'd like to give you a couple tests just to make sure you're good to go because I don't want you driving if you've been drinking.
Sir, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, I can smell it on you, and you're not able to use a card to swipe into the door. So it's
Sir,
a little.
this is not working. This is not working. Can I go pee, please?
Well, here's what I'm saying. You're trying to swipe 2 cards at the same time, which kind of shows me that you're lacking some motor functions.
Yeah, well, you're lacking manners. How about that? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. This is Ellen. She has worked at Kent State for over 2 decades. She is the Kent State Health Director, health rock and roll specialist or something. Yeah, maybe she was relentlessly calling 911 all because she couldn't quite figure out how to scan her card because she was a little too hammered. Who hasn't been there, huh? We've all been there. That door's tricky. That could fool even the most sober of us. All of us would be scanning 2 cards even without alcohol. I'm sure it's a mistake that happens often. And she just, given her position of power, perhaps a bit of entitlement. Like, hey, I'm gonna need to start using police resources here to get this door open for me. It's fucking absurd, man. I gotta drop the sarcasm. So she's had a little bit to drink apparently, and she's trying to scan 2 cards at the same time, which is obviously not working. The door's not opening. So then she immediately resorts to calling 911 numerous times here as if it's an actual emergency, diverting resources away from what could legitimately be real possible emergencies out there that now have to deal with this shit. It is a little wacky. I'll tell you what, Ellen, not great.
I wouldn't want you to.
Can I go pee? Can I pee, please?
Yeah, here, I'll let you in to pee real quick and then we'll talk, okay? Do you have someone you could call?
My husband.
Okay. Do you want to go pee first and start working on calling him?
No, I don't. This is not okay.
What's not okay?
That you're gonna call my husband.
No, you're going to call him.
I'm fine.
I don't think you're okay to drive.
I think I'm okay to drive. I have a Tesla.
Checkmate, she has a Tesla. She can be extremely drunk and the car will get her home, no worries. What's the big deal? She has to pee. This officer just must not know who she is. This is Ellen. She's the health director. If she says she's okay to drive, she's okay to drive. She's the health director. She directs health, for crying out loud. Come on, she knows health better than all of us here. And if she just needs to tinkle a little bit, then hop in the old Tesla and get herself home while being, I guess, a little too inebriated to figure out how to open a door that I imagine she's opened thousands of times in the past, then we just need to forget about it and trust her better judgment.
Sir, I'm going to call your captain in a minute.
That's fine. You're not going to drive out of here.
You're not going to be okay.
Is there a bathroom back here you're using?
I'm sorry?
Is there a bathroom in this office you're using?
I'm going to go over there. I'm the school director of the School of Health Sciences, and I'm going to be okay.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay. I just need you to call somebody for me before I go.
I'll be fine.
She's too far.
Okay.
So she said she walked here, though?
So it doesn't seem like it's an emergency here. She doesn't need to hit the urination station urgently. She takes a small detour here to complete a side quest where she takes off the cap and gown in her office, and then also just stays in the office for quite a while to the point where the officers were concerned she crawled out the window to get to her vehicle and drive home. So then they go around the outside to check if she's still there, and they're about to get a big surprise.
Out to the parking lot that way. Yeah, she's trying to swipe like 2 cards at the same time to get in. No, you're not driving home.
Okay. I mean, unless she's calling up a window. I mean, the window, there's definitely windows right there.
Turns out she's just sitting in the office now, just blankly sitting there. Kind of looked like a horror movie scene, like right before a jump scare. I don't know what she's doing. I guess maybe she went over there to start giving some students failing grades for fun. Like maybe that's what she does when she's drunk, just flunk out some students just for the hell of it. I have no idea. But the whole thing was about her not being able to get into the building and how badly she needs to pee. So she calls the police multiple times. Eventually the police show up, smell alcohol on her, realize she might be drunk because she is not able to just swipe a card to get into a building because she keeps trying to swipe 2 cards, which is preventing her from accessing it. I'm also really surprised she even called the police in the first place for that. I don't know why she wouldn't just ask any of the people around her. There's other people on this campus. I'm surprised she didn't just go to anyone else and immediately resorted to going to police. Her sense of entitlement is just that large, I suppose. So anyway, now she's in there, just sitting there. Maybe she's peeing in the seat. I doubt it. But she's just sitting there and still refusing to call someone to drive her home or get an Uber or anything, and still insists she's going to drive.
You're harassing me right now. I don't appreciate it.
No, I'm just making sure you get home okay.
I'm going to be okay.
Okay. Well, I just need to make sure you call somebody here because I don't want you driving home.
I'm going to call Captain Getman from Kent.
Who's that?
The captain of Kent, if you don't leave me alone.
What's his name?
Captain Getman of Kent. I'm going to go to the bathroom, and you're going to leave me alone.
Captain Gitman of Kent. Sounds like the name of a character from Game of Thrones. Seems like the officers don't know who that is. I don't know if that's actually their captain or not. But apparently she's got a direct line to him. So, I guess, be ready.
I'm missing a vest card that's out there.
It fell down out there?
Yeah. He's going to leave me alone, and I'm going to go home and go pee, and you're going to leave me alone.
Okay, but you're not going to drive.
I'm going to drive home.
Okay, ma'am, you're not going to drive.
I'm driving home, and you're going to leave me alone. I'm fine. And you're going to leave. I have water in my car. I'm fine.
I don't care if you have water in your car.
If she's not actually drunk, then it's just a pretty impressive aggression and sense of entitlement. Like, even the officers kind of chalk it up to her, you know, under the influence. But if she actually is just sober, man, what a bad attitude. Like, she seems very miserable to be around. And also, this is entirely of her own doing. She called the cops multiple times to try and get them out there. They showed up exactly like she was asking for. So, like, she brought all of it on herself.
No, you're going to leave me alone. My husband just had surgery, and I'm driving
Okay.
home. Sir, you're going to leave me alone? Do you want me to take a breathalyzer? I'll do that for you.
Nope, don't have one.
What?
I don't have one.
Sir, you're going to leave me alone? I'm fine.
I would have been super curious to see the breathalyzer here, because she's saying she'd take one, but the officer, I guess, doesn't have one, which was pretty surprising.
I will. I have work. You can leave me alone. Look, I could not get in the building because you locked my building.
We didn't lock your building. It locks automatically.
Okay.
So we did you a service by letting you in here.
Okay, I could have driven home with my cap and gown. So can I go pee, please? Because
I never told you you couldn't. Go ahead.
Not quite the checkmate maneuver she thought that was going to be. I couldn't get into the building because you guys locked it. Which obviously didn't happen. I don't think the officers pulled one over on her here with the fast one. She was swiping 2 cards and couldn't open her own building. And was calling the authorities to come do it for her. Again, she demanded they show up. Like, it's unbelievable. And now she's like, okay, can I go pee? Come on, grow up. I want to go pee now. Is that okay? Do I have your permission to pee? And the officer's like, yeah, just go pee. Like, no one told you not to. Like, she's been in here for a while now and has still not peed like she said she really needed to do at the very beginning. Like, it's... I don't know, it does feel like maybe she drank a little too much, even though she likes to claim she's not drunk.
Jesus Christ. I've worked here for 28 years.
I understand.
So can you give me my other card back?
I don't have your other card.
I'm not intoxicated.
Well, I think you are.
I'm glad you think I am, but I'm not. You can have a good day. Thank you very much.
Okay. Can you call somebody for me?
Sure, I will.
Can you do that right now?
I will. In my car.
Now we're starting to get into the big stalemate territory. The officers are getting, like, really annoyed here, just saying, please call someone. We cannot let you drive that vehicle while we believe you're intoxicated. And based on all the evidence here, like this interaction, she does appear to be intoxicated. She did mention drinking earlier. She claims it was just a drink. It does seem a little different. So, like, I think it's a pretty reasonable request to just say, like, can you just call someone, get an Uber, just fucking something, because drunk driving is bad. It's a terrible thing. But she continues to refuse it, and she gets more and more heated about all of it, and as you can probably imagine, it doesn't exactly go swimmingly.
Ma'am, listen, you've been here a long time. Please don't tarnish your own reputation by doing this, because we are going to arrest you if you try to leave here and drive your car. I promise. Like, you're going to be arrested, and that is not what we want to do.
So my husband is home.
Okay, you said he just had surgery and he can't drive, right?
I'll call Captain Gitman right now.
There's no Captain Gitman.
He's here on my phone.
Okay, well, go ahead.
There's no Captain Gitman that works for
He works for Kent City.
No, he doesn't.
Bye. Have a good day.
Well, explained it all you could.
Yeah.
Now it just sounds like they're sad, like, oh fuck, we're gonna have to arrest Ellen. Ellen, she's been at the university for over 2 decades as the school director of health. Oh man, shocks. Jeepers. And she just keeps going on about this Captain Gitman, who they don't know who that is, so I'm assuming she's barking up the wrong tree there. Maybe there is a Captain Gitman that exists there in her phone, but like, what is he gonna do? Like, no, you boys, listen. She's got my permission to drunk drive home. Stand down. Like, if they don't know who Captain Gitman is, I don't think they would respect the authority of whoever answers that phone.
It is what it is at this point.
Kent City Police Officer. He reports to you.
That's not accurate.
It's totally accurate.
Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
All right, do you have all the stuff you need?
Captain Gitman, call me back. It's Ellen Glickman.
You have a lanyard on your right side under your jacket, if that's what you're looking for.
Nope. I'm looking for my office keys. You guys f***ed me up. Thank you.
Are you going to be able to call anyone for me?
No, are you?
Okay, I'll take this one.
No, you would not take my...
All right, well, right now you're under arrest.
I'm calling my husband. Stop.
Okay, just relax. You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
I've made my decision. You are under arrest.
I'm calling my husband.
Put your hands behind your back.
No, I'm calling my...
This feels like someone who's probably used to bullying people to get anything she wants and just kind of steamrolling around conversations in order to come out on top. And her hardball didn't quite work here. So after quite a lengthy period of time here, she finally, at the very end, concedes, saying, "Okay, I'll call my husband. Stop." But the officers have already had enough of it at this point, because she already said she'd do that a few times and then didn't, and then tried to call the imaginary captain, fucking super sailor, whoever she was calling. So they make the decision to arrest her, because it seems like she is still going to be driving herself home, because she keeps saying she's going to.
I'm really, really sorry.
It's okay. You're walking to this car right here.
No, I'm walking to my...
You're not walking to your car. You're not driving home.
Can you please call my husband?
No.
No, I'm really... Stop this! Call my husband. Please call my husband.
Stop.
Can you call my husband right now? Right now.
You can call him when you're being booked in.
I'm not being booked.
You are.
I'm really sorry for being an asshole.
So it's not because you're being difficult. It's because you're drunk.
I'm not drunk.
You are.
No, I'm not. Please take my phone. Please take my phone.
I already have your phone.
I'm sorry for being an asshole.
It has nothing to do with that.
I'm being an asshole. Thank you so much. Sir, I've worked here 28 years. Can I speak to somebody who's worked here a long time? Because
hold on.
I've been here 28 years. Please.
Have a seat.
So they take her to the facility. She reiterates numerous times that she's worked there for 28 years, this and that, flexing her position and standing in the community for so long. Eventually, her son shows up to take her home and ensure she doesn't try and drive. She was charged with disorderly conduct, intoxication. After a plea deal in community and service, it was dropped. And you'd think that's where the story ends, but it doesn't. Because after all was said and done, and this was water under the bridge, she and her husband came back to try and argue.
I'm Lieutenant Campbell. How can I help you?
I'm Ellen Glickman. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I wanted to chat with. Do you know who the officers were that night?
Yes, Officer White and Officer Womack.
So what would be the best way of chatting with them?
What kind of conversation are you wanting to have with them?
Yeah. I think there was errors on both sides.
Well, I'd have to disagree on that.
You do?
So, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
They were doing their jobs. And potentially could have saved your life by not letting you drive. If you disagree with that, that's fine.
Shut that shit down pretty quickly. Why is she coming back here to try and argue with the officers from that night? Everything had already been settled. It had actually just totally been dropped after her community and service and plea. Yet she still wants to come over and make an issue. Like, I really think that shows her general attitude and the way that she carries herself. It is someone that is so used to, like, bullying her way through life, is the impression I get from all of this. This is just like an inexplicable decision to try and come over here and now try and have further conversations with the officers from that night. Which, no doubt, were not going to be overly peaceful, because she's already pretty upset, it seems, and still a bit heated about it, saying, oh, there were errors on both sides.
So,
wasn't drunk.
I was not inebriated.
okay. If that's fine.
You weren't there?
No, I was not there.
Okay, so there was a lot of, he was home with cancer and was post-op for about 4 hours. I was not intoxicated. I was sleep deprived. I had a drink. I have PTSD from y'all. My ex-husband was a cop.
Okay.
So there's a lot of stuff you didn't know. I was not given the opportunity to discuss. And
you were given many opportunities, and you did not take advantage of any of them.
Okay.
It is incomprehensible how she keeps doing this. So again, all of this started because she was calling 911, relentlessly about trying to get officers over there to open a fucking door for her. That's what started all this. And now, after the whole case has been done and dusted, all settled, she still goes out here and does this kind of shit again. It's so wacky. It's just so weird. And the officer did make a good point. They very realistically could have saved her life. Even if she wasn't drunk, she doesn't appear to have been in a good condition for being behind the wheel of a car in the first place. If it was sleep deprivation or whatever was causing that, it does not appear she was in a good state to be operating a vehicle. So, like, it is a very real chance that they saved her life there. Anyway, though, this professor was insufferably self-entitled, and I just had to yap about it after watching this Midwest safety video. That's really about it. So, yeah. It was Iowa State. The body cam was wild. Actually looked like a scene from Weapons. Oh, here we go. Raw video. UI body cam shows Frat's 2024 hazing incident. What are we out here for? Noise complaint or something? Oh no, that's a fire truck.
That's okay. Fire's here.
Alcohol poisoning? If it was alcohol poisoning, I don't think they would have got suited up. Okay, so probably not alcohol poisoning. Looking like a fire, maybe. Oh wow. What?
Does anyone want to be forthcoming on what's going on? Anyone?
As advertised, that does feel like something straight out of Weapons, huh? This was 2024, so they certainly weren't doing the Black Beetle challenge either. Oh wow. Now that is interesting, isn't it? They're in low power mode.
Because you got to see it from my perspective. What the f did I just walk into?
Police and firefighters responded to the Alpha Delta Phi fraternity house after a fire alarm went off.
Ah, okay. This is where we left off in the other footage. Okay. Yeah, so I guess all the dudes down there were rubbing together too fast and set off the smoke alarm.
Pretty good, how are you?
Hey, Cody. Hey, pardon me, Cody, we're going downstairs?
Hey guys, what's going on here?
Oh, the firefighters were the first ones to see it.
What's going on?
While downstairs checking the fire alarm, officers stumble upon a fraternity hazing situation.
Sam Hell's. Yeah, I'll definitely need one.
What in the Sam hell?
Alright, who's in charge?
That'd be Cody.
Looks like we have quite a bit of hazing. So I'm gonna ask again, who's in charge?
We can talk upstairs.
No, we're gonna talk right here. Who's in charge?
A couple of us are. I mean, I don't know. I don't have to tell you.
Okay, well, we need to find someone who's in charge, because this is ridiculous. Hey, this stops here, guys. This is a police department. This.
Oh wait, so they weren't shirtless initially. Whoa, what? Were they making mud pies and having a food fight? So they weren't shirtless initially. What did they take their shirts off after the officers like went upstairs? When did that happen? That's interesting. They're covered in blood. Where? Oh, I guess like here, maybe.
Stops here. Who's in charge?
They're upstairs.
Who said that?
How about we stop?
You're excommunicado.
Everyone take their blind.
What frat is this? Alpha Delta Phi. You're out of here, bud. Someone tell Cody.
Clear the room and get out of here, but no one's moving.
I will tell you something. That's commitment. There is a chance. I'm really reaching, but imagine. I just keep calling everyone here Cody, but imagine like whoever's in charge here said like knew that with the fire alarm going off and everything that police would arrive, and he told all of the freshmen here, there's going to be cops coming. They're not real cops. If you break, you're out. What do you think the odds are of that? I feel like there's a good chance, right? Like they're testing you. Cosplay police. Yeah, like you know how like bachelorette parties order this stripper dressed as a police officer? Maybe it's one of those things. I say that, and I don't know if that actually happens in the real world or just in movies. I don't know how often you order a police stripper man, but it's probably possible.
Apparently they're taking us pretty serious.
Yes.
You in charge?
You said.
Still haven't found out who's in charge?
No one asked for house, Dad.
Where's he at?
Summit.
Working at Summit.
Summit. That's cool.
So, you have
obviously,
someone else coming here?
Yeah, lieutenant's coming.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Definitely figure out why you wouldn't let me pass you initially.
Questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one of those things. We've been there a million times.
Calling your house dad or whoever to get him here, since ultimately he's probably in charge, right? Unless someone else is in charge.
I don't have his numbers.
Yeah.
Which rush you with that? Yeah. Do you guys know how the fire alarm got set off? Or is it just from? It's manual.
Does his voice normally sound like that, or
This one in the hallway here.
did he lose his voice from like screaming all day? I wonder if he always sounds like that.
How it got set off, I'm not sure.
I don't think it was down here. It's upstairs.
I can tell you it was this one.
It was really?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're supposed to stay. Wait. You guys had to do this too, huh? No. I don't know what this is.
I'm as confused as you guys. Why'd you cops put all these dudes in my basement?
It's not that dumb.
Okay, and what are you doing here?
He's a living. He lives upstairs.
Oh, so you do live here?
Hmm.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Well, your buddy here saying different.
No, they said the same thing. They said the same thing.
Who's in charge of the house? Our house dad's at Summit.
Okay, we need him now.
He's at Summit.
Okay, can we get in contact with him?
I don't know.
Here's the deal. From what I'm being told, this is.
I don't know what Summit is. Does that mean he's like off the grid or something? What's Summit? We can't get House Papa on the phone? Dude's on Everest. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, that's why he's unreachable. I get it. Probably just a town nearby. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
This is like shutting down chapter type stuff. I need to start talking now. It's 1 o'clock. Yeah, that's fine. I need to talk to people. You call Summit. Can I call Summit? Yep. I'm not calling Summit. I have no contact with Summit.
Who is Summit?
Nobody in here.
Jesus,
has
like the
any way to
elusive
contact
man.
The guy that's in charge of this house.
They were ghost hunting. Yeah, they're checking for paranormal phenomenon. Hazing is illegal in some states. Oh, really? Wait, like, just full stop, even, like, no matter what it is, any kind of hazing is illegal in some states? Oh, I didn't know that. Well, it's also illegal in Florida. Didn't know that either. I thought it was only, like, the really dangerous hazing rituals that were, like, illegal. I didn't know it was the whole thing, yeah. According to stophazing.org, 44 out of 50 states have anti-hazing laws in place. I actually didn't know, full stop, there were so, like, it was so common to have hazing itself just be outlawed. Literally kills people. Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone's read tons of stories about hazing leading to deaths. I know. I just didn't know it was illegal. I thought it was only, like, those chapters that did that shit getting shut down and those people getting arrested and stuff. I didn't know they just outlawed the entire idea of hazing.
What's his name? Eric. Eric, you don't know his last name?
I got a buddy named Eric.
A couple different code
That
violations.
guy can do anything.
So what's going on in here? You don't know? You're just blocking the door so we can't see you live here. How does nobody live here then? Just hanging out? You tell me. No, you tell me. I don't know.
You go to University of Iowa?
Yeah.
You do? What's your major?
Business.
Business? What's your name?
Oh, business. Big
What?
business. Hey guys, when did you,
Is anyone in here that needs medical
when did
attention?
you all take your shirts off? When did that happen?
Is anyone here that is against their will?
Guys, I just took a peek in here a second ago. You guys had
Anyone
shirts
here
on.
who is not participating in this, i.e. a leader?
Is there anyone with any sort of physical injury?
Oh.
I won't listen.
Huh?
It's almost like you listen a lot. With the guy standing here. What's all over you guys?
It's just water.
Fun
What's on that
juice.
dude's tie?
I'm not sure if someone.
You? Come here.
Serena. Does it look like it's.
Nope. You're gonna stand right over there.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to.
It's my house.
It's your house. You're responsible for everything that
I'm
happened
in this
today.
fraternity, so.
So, okay. Tuck in right there. Get up against the wall. Come over here.
It's like he's picking a kickball team. Which one of you can run 2 bases the fastest?
Milliken.
I'm putting together a
Take
team.
these two, ask some questions about what's going on their arms. So, are you responsible for the house? No? Okay, who's the house dad?
I just told you he works at f***ing Summit. Go call him. Go there.
What was his name?
Eric, I told you. Why are you asking me?
Because it sounds like you're responsible for the house.
No.
Sounds like you have some idea of what's going on.
Didn't he just say it's his
You're not very
house?
forthcoming with everything.
Did I mishear him?
House dad, who are you 30 years
Two we're trying to get hold of.
Okay, go call him. Please.
Stay right there. You guys got IDs on you?
Yes, sir.
Let's take a look at them. Any. Because you got to see it from my perspective. What the did I just walk into?
Celebration.
You know what I mean? Celebration or what?
Brotherhood.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Okay, you two. The reason I pulled you guys aside. We're here for public safety at this point. What's on your arms?
Oh.
Where are you guys going now?
Oh, we're going to the house next door. There's like 7,000 other dudes in that basement, so we're gonna go join them.
Back down here.
We're gonna form like a giant like Megazord together. We're gonna fucking huddle on top of each other and be like Voltron or something.
That looks like blood, is it? Shining your light. Is it blood?
That's what I'm asking.
Want to taste it?
No.
Okay.
You see why we're here? Why we're asking questions?
I don't know. Get the wrong guy.
He sounds like a Muppets character right now. Again, I don't know if that's what like his normal voice or something, or maybe he smoked too much or screamed too much. I'm not sure, but it is fucking incredible. This whole video is like, if I saw it in a movie, I think it's like way over the top, like too ridiculous to be real.
I was gonna ask those guys questions, and then he told them all to start heading out.
What's up?
I was gonna ask those two guys questions, but then they all started falling out.
They left.
No, I stopped them, but he was.
Misunderstood. Did you pull these guys out?
No, I went to go talk to those guys, and then they started coming out.
Why did we come out?
They're like weeping angels, man, but like opposite. So when you don't look at them, they start changing position, taking their shirts off, and walking away very slowly. You got to keep eyes on them if you want them to stay, man. It's like he's never played Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, we had at the frats where I went to university, there was hazing, which is why I didn't know it was illegal. It wasn't exactly like a well-kept secret or anything, but it was nothing extreme from what I remember. It was like really trivial shit.
I'm a little frustrated, but
yeah, I'm a bit peeved, if you can believe it.
What's going on tonight?
It's their lead up to initiation.
Okay. Yeah. What's the deal with what are we doing in the basement?
It's a brotherhood ritual
where they're blindfolded.
Okay.
And get messed with.
Okay. And then on top of that, we find this hazing event. We want to speak to somebody.
Well. In all fairness, officer, we don't know if it's a hazing event. This could have been a LAN party. I'm pretty sure I saw a computer somewhere over there. They could have been all huddled around watching fucking Worms Armageddon with their shirts off, covered in mud. It's we can't rule out that possibility.
The University of Iowa is going to see this.
Okay.
And with the stuff going around across the country, students dying from hazing events, I'm not saying it's to that level. I'm not saying any, but the university has a
that does happen all the time.
Policy
that is very true.
Hazing. If I can't talk to people, and if people aren't going to cooperate with me,
so you interjecting yourself into that conversation, what good does that?
They don't need to talk to the cops. I don't even.
Why are you deciding who they need to talk to, though?
I'm just saying, they're my buddies.
He's like the Lorax. He speaks for the trees, brother. I mean, he's trying to do them a solid and be the fall guy here, but he's not very good at it. He's actually pretty terrible at it. I think this was his attempt to like fall on the sword, but I don't know why he thought he was equipped to handle that responsibility when he couldn't really get words out well.
I would like to have a word here. Okay. And if there's anything actually happening, you can call me again. But it's been a pleasure. Thanks, fellas.
Well, no, thank you, Cody.
I didn't catch your name.
So this is Lieutenant Travis Tyrell.
Travis.
122, I'll take you. What'd you say your name was?
Joseph.
All right. Joseph?
All right, Cody, well, we're going to be on our way now. Thank you for everything. I hope the rest of Rush Week goes well. Godspeed to you.
Unfortunately for you, at this point, you're being placed under arrest. You can put your hands behind your back.
Well,
Joseph was arrested for interference with official acts in connection with the hazing incident. Those charges would be dropped a year later. The Alpha Delta Phi fraternity was suspended through 2029 for hazing.
Oof. Oh, so they gave us the aftermath on it. I'm still so curious what that ritual was. Stand in the basement blindfolded? Maybe taste a bunch of yucky sodas and try and guess which one's which? Imagine it's some shit like that. Like, it's actually the most, like, nerdy garbage ever down there. We were actually doing, like, the Laldol, and everyone that failed, we just kicked out. Yeah, no, that shit's crazy, man. So who was the guy at Summit? Oh, Eric? Oh, yeah, no, that dude never came through, I don't think. Unless he was the guy in the white shirt, but I don't think he introduced himself as Eric. Why do people go through that? Friends. A lot of people do it for friends. It's a guaranteed way to basically pay for friends. You get into the brotherhood, you immediately get yourself like a little network. Sense of belonging. Yeah. I mean, I kind of put that together with like friends and immediately getting like a network of people around you. For a lot of people, it's worth the price and the hazing. Like, dues are not cheap for the frats. You were actually like forking over a pretty significant amount of money in order to stay paying for your friends and your sense of belonging. How annoying were the frat guys at UT? Not at all, actually. I didn't have any bad experiences with the frat guys at UT when I was there.